Hey there, this is Mark, and I am down here in Palo Alto. I'm actually at the Caltrain. It's not a very glamorous view behind me. It's the California Avenue stop in Palo Alto. I just taught a class down here, and I've been trying to balance out this little glitch that happened with my daily readings, in that I missed a day yesterday, and then I went to catch up and do the reading this morning for yesterday, and accidentally did the reading for today, and then I also did the reading for tomorrow. So I thought I was doing the reading for yesterday and today, but it was for today and tomorrow. So I still hadn't done the reading for yesterday. So here I am trying to bring the balance of this up, and this is my third reading of the day from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. Yeah, just trying to maintain the integrity but also continuity of this by reading these daily and posting as much as I can in that same order. But so I got a little funny thing happened. So here we go. The topic for July 11th. You are already married to your peace and joy. Okay, that's helpful. Relationships need not be difficult. If you don't have any selfish purpose, then you don't expect anything and you don't lose anything. You are just there together. When you are apart, you are apart. You aren't attached to that relationship. Realize that you don't have to have a relationship to be happy. You are already married to your peace and joy. When you are married, things outside look more inviting. Right at home, you have the prettiest girl, the most handsome fellow, but you don't appreciate that. It's natural. So God says, all right, if you want to have that, okay, go try to be happy. But when you get tired of all that, then you say, oh, no, I don't think I'll ever be happy with any of those things. Then God says, all right, then live with me. It's true. That means you don't realize your own true nature, which is happiness. The minute you realize that you are always happy, that you are always peaceful, whether you have a relationship or not, that you have a permanent relationship within, then you no longer worry about an outside relationship. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, wonderful. You become independent. You don't depend on anything or anyone for your happiness. Wow, right? I mean, so I would say this is something that has been a comforting message for me, and I've heard this similar type of messaging before about, what it means to have a partner, and that sometimes we think that that completes us. We'll often talk about someone as our better half, meaning that we're half, and with them then we make a whole. And I think it is a beautiful notion to feel that, to feel that somebody complements you so much that you feel that sense of wholeness. But sometimes I feel like once you've felt that and then it's, goes away, that you feel like you're walking around half again, rather than remembering that you are and already were whole. And that can take some time to understand, and maybe for some people that's not an interesting journey. They prefer to feel that their partnership does make them whole, and so they stick with that as a way of life, a way of believing how their way of walking through the world, means that they need to have a partner. And I know for a period of my life that is how I felt. I felt that was the way to be happy. You have to be with someone, whether you're married to them or you're just in this relationship with them, that is what equals happiness. And sometimes you'll see other people and you think that they have it all because they're in a relationship, but then you may find out that they actually have a lot of difficulty, there's a lot of struggle, and maybe even the fact that they're unhappy is there. What I've also learned, though, is that relationships bring out different parts of yourself. And so I like to think, rather than that they complete me, they help me recognize more of who I am. And I've appreciated that in relationships, that it brings out parts of me that I might otherwise not see or not notice. and it adds that other bit of challenge. But having not been in one for a while, at least not a significant one, that I've dated for more than a few months, it's been a while, and it's certainly caused me to become introspective about what that's about for me. And it also at the same time has brought this ability to be able to tap into my connection with that inner self and that inner peace and that inner happiness, and I'm not relying on that outside person, not dependent on that outside person for me to feel like I can move through my life with joy and with happiness. And I feel grateful I have some close friends that I feel very fulfilled with, having an intimate relationship with them and sharing my life with them. That's very satisfying. And I do want to have a partner at some point, and I feel like that's still something I'm believing will happen. I don't feel like I'm not looking for it, but I'm also not desperately looking for it. I feel like there's a sense of contentment with just things flowing the way that they are. But you never know how life is going to go. I shared in a reading some days ago that there's certain ways that life has unfolded that weren't the way that I expected or imagined. And I always imagined I would be in a relationship. Somehow that's how it was all in my 20s. I feel very blessed with all those relationships. And then I had some really strong, powerful ones in my 30s. Grateful for all those, because all of the people I was with were teachers. And I guess it reached a point where we learned what we needed to learn, and then we went our ways. So I don't know. I think it's just it's part of the karma, I would say, that happens. I think if I truly, truly, really, really wanted to be in a relationship, I would just find one and go for it. But I feel like there's some other learning that's happening, and it's part of my healing work. So hearing something like this is a nice affirmation, and I just take something like this in one day at a time, rather than thinking, okay, this is the rest of my life. I'm only going to be married to my own peace and joy and never someone else. That's not how I look at my spiritual path or any of these kind of readings. It's really listening one day at a time to what resonates at the moment and feels right, and then shifting when the time feels right, shifting to that next understanding of what makes sense. It's really how my choice to have a plant-based diet came about. It wasn't something that I set out to do from the beginning. I'm going to become a vegan. And sometimes we have this messaging that, we're going to get married. That's just how life is supposed to be. But the being vegan just slowly unfolded. I chose to eliminate dairy for a while, and then I chose to eliminate red meat, and then poultry, and it just slowly, as I got educated and learned more, I found what felt right for me. Rather than just following what I thought I was supposed to follow and just do what everybody else does, it was this slow, organic listening process. So I feel like I'm applying that to relationships, whether they're friendships or partnerships. So yeah, it's an interesting topic. I hope this was interesting for you and useful, and going to get things back on track with the days. It's been an interesting journey with that, and yeah, thanks for watching. All right, bye.